telling you, waking up to Max Fried going to New York. I had it in my head that we all got duped again. The Red Sox weren't even competitive in the bidding. They lost out on Juan Soto. That was whatever. I didn't think they were going to get him. And I think really the target was pitching. I wanted Soto. Don't get me wrong. That would have been really awesome. But it wasn't the. I mean, if they got Soto and nothing else, I would have taken it. Because he's that good. But they didn't get him. And that was in the past. Then they miss out on Max Fried. And they weren't even close. That's when I felt, oh, okay. So we're doing this. We're doing this again. For the 5th year. We're not we're not even trying. And I was in a state of mind because of it. And I put out a tweet. If you're not interested in competing, then sell the team. Because it really felt like they're in it for everything except to win. They're in it for the market. You're in Boston. Baseball's huge here. You're in it for the park. That is the biggest attraction in the state. It's like the biggest attraction in the MLB. The history, all of it. You're in the money, the merchandise, the TV deals, the radio deals. You're in it for everything except the team on the field and trying to compete. So I was not happy. Today changed everything. This was huge. It can't be understated. This move is massive, and people are gonna undervalue what Crochet brings to this team. This is a horse, dude. This guy's like, this is a 6'6", 245, 25-year-old left-handed monster with a four-seamer that can paint. He's got a good cutter. It's about the four-seamer. Swing and miss all day. Cy Young candidate that you just added to your rotation. A young, controllable arm. A left. You had no lefties. I'm telling you, this was monumental. Monumental. They still haven't spent the money. And I've been telling you about the money for a long time. They have the pockets. They were $700 million deep in this Juan Soto thing. I told you a month before the Juan Soto start. I told you before all that. They have the pockets. And they still haven't spent a dime. They got Chapman. Chapman's going to be a good setup piece with Hendricks. Crochet is a game changer. Not a game changer, a game wrecker. They're going to develop this kid. He's going to be a freaking stud. You have your own Tarek Skubal now. I don't know if I'm telling you the ceiling, Tarek Skubal. Massive. And they had to give up a big piece to get this done. It was Kyle Teal, catcher of the future. Braden Montgomery, your first round pick prospect from Texas A&M last year. And then it's like Gonzalez and another kid. The last two prospects aren't as big. People will be upset about the price here. Like, dude, you gave up Kyle Teal and Braden Montgomery. Those are big pieces for this team. That's what people will say. Garret Crochet is the game wrecker, dude. This guy is massive. This was not an overpay. They paid the price to get this guy. This was a good trade. for both teams. The Chicago White Sox do not fit the timeline of Garret Crochet. They have a prime Garret Crochet who is dominating, and they have a historically bad season, the worst season in MLB history. The timelines don't fit the same, you know. People are talking about the red flags with Crochet. I'm telling you, there's no red flags. Give him the extension, and we're good. And we all want him. We all want to give him the extension, right? You gave up Kyle Teal and Braden Montgomery. Give Crochet the extension. He's 25 years old. You give him a 7-year extension. He'll be 32 by the end of that extension, and then you'll see how he is at in his age 32 season. Maybe he walks. Maybe you trade him at that point, but you get 6-7 years of control of one of the top young arms in the market. And I've mentioned it 3 times. He's left-handed and he's nasty. And you have no lefties, and your rotation has been a joke. It has been a joke for years. Trying out Garrett Whitlock, trotting Cutter Crawford out there. Those guys can play their roles, but they are not top-end studs. Tanner Houck developed into a legit piece this year. A lot of pressure on him to become to become the guy in his breakout year, but now he doesn't need to be. Now you put a guy in front of him that's a monster. And I didn't I did mention they're not done, and they shouldn't be done. They have not spent a dime. If you go get Corbin Burns, it's over, dude. It's freaking over. If you go get Corbin Burns and Alex Bregman, this is like the Red Sox are back. If you get that done, I'm gonna talk about Burns first. Corbin Burns, it's between the Red Sox. I think the Orioles are in it. The Giants are in it. The Yankees are probably like sneakily in it. Um, Burns would be a legit piece. Like we're talking Cy Young winner from Milwaukee, but the big thing is you take him from Baltimore. You take him from Baltimore. That'd be huge. I don't know if they can get Burns. They should try. They were willing to go to 700 for Juan Soto. They have the money. They could overpay for Burns here, and the back end of the deal might not look great, but the beginning here, like next year, the prime years, Jarren Duran, Tristan Cassis, and Rafael Devers, dude, big, big. Also, Roman Anthony's coming up, so you probably see him this year. I'll be honest. Marcelo Mayer, another one. It's exciting. It's really exciting. If you don't get Corbin Burns, because it's gonna be a bidding war. Boris is gonna make it hard, but we'll see what happens with Burns. If you don't get Burns, the big thing that they're linked to is Seattle. Miller, Castillo, Gilbert. You're not gonna get Kirby, but maybe I think it's like Woo. Seattle has a lot of good arms over there that are young, and maybe you make a move there. Whether you want to include Cutter Crawford, Wilyer Abreu is another piece. Tristan Cassis is an interesting piece because he's got 40 home run seasons written all over him. He's a left-handed hitter with a lot of plate discipline. The fielding needs to be better there. But hey, maybe they want to move him because they want to improve the defense. Also, they want another arm, you know? So if Cassis is the piece, he's the piece. I don't think Cassis is an untouchable piece. I think I would like to hold on to him, but if we got to move him, we got to move him, you know? He's an interesting one. The big piece that I'm interested in is Alex Bregman. I mean, right-handed clutch, proven guy, leader. And I hated Bregman. I remember I was asked by Nick Face on one of our shows on who I hated more. It was Alex Bregman or Jose Altuve, and I hate Bregman so much. I said Alex Bregman because he's just drove me up a wall. Because he's clutch in Houston. He's a ball player. He's a ball player, and he'll play third base. He'll play second base. He's a professional. It's not like the stupid kid stuff that we've been dealing with as Red Sox fans for the last like few years. Bregman is a Bregman's a player, and I would love break out the wallet, bring in Bregman, bring in Burns. Now I know that you're serious. I see that and I'm like, yep, they're serious now because they haven't been serious for a long time, and they have these three. They have really it's the three guys. Tanner Houck is developed into a legit player. Rafael Devers, we know what he is. When he's healthy, he's a home run machine. He's an MVP candidate when he's healthy. Um, but the real breakout is Jarren Duran. Jarren Duran has ascended. He's ascended into like one of the top players in the sport, and the sky's the limit for that kid. I mean he not only is he an average hitter, his singles are doubles, his doubles are triples. He's a highlight machine. He hits bombs. He was a top 3 in Ward last year. Top 3 player in the sport. This year in particular, he could just he's going to be great. Don't don't waste these years with Jarren Duran.